The NFL Week 13 picks are in. I believe the Lions are going to continue to push and push and push. They are going to improve the 6-1 at home. It's not only the Vikings that are chasing the Lions, but notice the Eagles are also chasing the Lions for home field. So I think the Lions take care of business. They improve the 6-1 at home for the season. Detroit Lions is Gamache 61. I would like to in the Steelers to beat the Browns. It's like, are the Browns really going to beat the Steelers 2 times in the same season? So Pittsburgh going to improve the 3-1 against the division. I think it's Steelers. That's 31. Or yeah, Steelers is Camacho 31. They should improve to 3-1 against the division. And yeah, the Browns are going to lose again. Saints have Derek Carr. The Giants have no quarterback to speak about. The Giants are trying to tank for the first pick, so I think the Giants fall to 1-9 in the conference. Saints is 19 without Daniel Jones, number 8 I think he is. The Giants will lose 8 straight games. The Dolphins are going to win. They're going to stay alive in the playoff contention. I get it. In Gematria, if the Jets win, they would improve to 4-9 because of Aaron 49, and I think New York Jets is Gematria 49. But that is a Gematria trap, and instead I like the Jets to fall to 1-3 in the division, losing to number 13, losing to Tua. The Dolphins stay alive. It really doesn't matter if the Broncos win and hold on to defeat the Broncos. It doesn't matter because the Dolphins and the Broncos both have the same amount of losses in the conference. So even though the Dolphins are 2 games back, there is a way for the Dolphins to face off against the Bills by having the better record against the conference compared to the Broncos, because the Broncos still have to play the Chiefs, the Chargers. So the Broncos, it's not going to be easy by any means. The Cleveland Browns, for example, Broncos were going for 7-6, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to hit. So this is a perfect example of Gematria traps, is what it's called. So the Dolphins obviously are going to win to stay alive in the playoffs, improving the 5-4 in the conference. It's Jets. That's Camacho 54. It's been that kind of year for Aaron Rodgers. Without Trevor Lawrence, I assume the Titans are going to win. I will have to go with the Vikings to get the win, I think. Falcons fought a 3-3 against Sam Darnold. It's Sam, that's Camacho 33. This Kirk Cousins Minnesota matchup, it could potentially be a playoff rematch. This could be an upset spoiler for the Vikings, because the playoff table, I just don't see the Cardinals, the NFC West, falling down to 4th. I think 4th is going to be the NFC South, and the Vikings are stuck at 5. So I think a Kirk Cousins rematch against Minnesota in the playoffs is probably going to be inevitable. So that game, I will have to go with Minnesota. Minnesota to win at home. How can the Falcons do at home? The Falcons still control their own destiny because they have beaten the Bucs twice, so they have the head-to-head tiebreak over the Buccaneers in the division. They're 4-1 against the division. Tampa's Camacho 51 too. So for the Falcons, they're not out of it. I like Vikings. Make it interesting. Make the Lions Bills game matter more for the division and home field. So you know the Eagles can beat the Panthers. Buccaneers can improve to 7-6, beating the Las Vegas Raiders. And let's stick with 76. Let's move on to the Cardinals Seahawks big game of the week. The Cardinals and the Seahawks will be tied at 7-6 in the NFC West. It is Kyler Cole Murray that is going to win 3 straight games for the Cardinals. In the Seahawks, they still have to play the Packers and the Vikings. So Seahawks are cooked, and it doesn't matter for the Rams if they lose because there's still a game back in the division. The Rams are not going to beat the Bills. It's just the Bills are going to keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs. So, again, I like the Bills to win. Now, the big upset of the week is the Bears over the Niners. No Mason, no McCaffrey. The Bears are going to beat the 49ers. The Bears won the first regular season game played at Levi's when Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall let a comeback win over Jim Harbaugh in San Francisco. But this time the Bears are going to upset the 49ers without Eberflus. Caleb Williams' first road win of his career. The Niners fall to 3-4 at home. It is the LA Rams. That's Camacho 34. So I will go with the Bears to defeat the 49ers. Otherwise, the Bears are just a terrible football team. If the Bears lose, they fall to 4-9, losing against the 49ers at the Levi's Stadium. Are the Bears truly this awful? Williams is Camacho 35. They can prove to 3-5 in the conference. You gotta go with an upset at some point. The other candidate for an upset is, of course, the Packers and the Lions. But I like Lions. We'll see though. We'll see how they do. Josh is Camacho 52. It's the end of a 10-game winning streak against number 10 Jordan Love, and they can still make it to the Super Bowl for the Chiefs' 10th straight playoff win. So here, this Lions-Packers game remains very interesting, to say the least. How this game against the Packers could turn out. What is the Lions' next game against the NFC? If they lose against the Packers, their Super Bowl run begins against the Bills. Same old Lions, same old Lions, oh my God. That kind of thing. Although Detroit's Camacho of 91, and Detroit could improve the 9-1 against conference, should it get the victory over the Packers. 9-1 against the conference. I mean, Lions destroyed the Packers. They beat them by 10. Yeah, a 10-game winning streak entering the next matchup. Bengals to beat the Cowboys. Bengals improved to 5-8. The Dallas Cowboys is gematria of 58. Maybe another big blowout at home. Big blowout loss at home if you're the Dallas Cowboys. And Chargers to upset the Chiefs. Chiefs fall to 6-1 at home like Gamache of Louisiana, and the world is freaking out, but it's perfectly fine because the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. But Jim Harbaugh gets the 9th win of the year against the Chiefs, who just won the 9th repeat in NFL history last year, and the Chiefs improved to 5-2 away. The Kansas City Chiefs is 52. So we will see how Thursday ends up. Um, could there be a Packers-Lions matchup in the divisional round or something of that nature? Is interesting, of course. Maybe the Lions 28th loss in the regular season, Packers 28. He could go for a 37th win against Josh Allen. Josh Allen is 37. His 41st win overall would be gematria of Green Bay. Or he could be going for his 37th loss against Josh Allen. His gematria 37 is another way to look at it. Obviously, this Lions-Packers game is interesting because it has implications for the playoffs. Do they have a rematch? Do the Lions get a chance to defeat Green Bay in the month of January? Tenth win against Dan. Dan is gematria 10. I still like the unbeaten Detroit Lions narrative against Kansas City, so I'll stick with Lions for now. But I'm telling you, man, this game on Thursday, they could script it to have Green Bay face off against the Lions again. That would not surprise me at all whatsoever.